Hi, boys and girls. Yesterday we learned that when making a poem, poets describe what they see with poets' eyes. Well, another thing poets do when they want to make a poem is use the sounds of words to make music. Please don't sing or play instruments to make music. That's not what a poet does. The music of poems comes from the sounds of words and the way they put the words on the page. Today I want to teach you that one way to give your poem a music sound is to pay attention to where you put the words and where you don't put words. Poets try different ways of breaking up their lines, reading the poem aloud after each try until the poem is written in a way that sounds right. Let's check out this poem, okay? You will notice it's much different than our story writing, okay? They have these breaks. Okay, and the place where the poet put the break is where they want you to pause. So it kind of changes the sound of a poem, right? Let's listen to me read this. A tooth fell out and left a space, so my big tongue can touch my face. And every time I smile, I show a space where something used to grow. Whoops. Bet a lot of you can connect to this. I miss my tooth, as you may guess, but then I have to brush one less. Wow, look at that, right? Here, right now we're going to take a closer look at a poem, okay? And the poem, I want to show you this poem on my computer, okay? The first one up here, there's no spaces in the lines, okay? So when you read this, you would read it like this. Goldfish flash, gold and silver scales, they flick and slip away under green weed, but round brown snails stick to the glass and stay. Yeah, that sounded kind of weird. But what happened was the author kind of read and reread her poem out loud. And she decided how she wanted it to sound when a reader read it, and she broke up the lines, okay? Some lines, if you notice, only have one word. Some lines have 3 words. Some lines have 2 words. It actually doesn't really matter. There's not a rule for this. It depends how you, the poet, would like it to sound. Okay, watch me read it a little differently now. Goldfish flash, gold and silver scales. They flick and slip away under green weed, but round brown snails stick to the glass and stay. Wow, see how it kind of had a sing-songy feel? Poems look very different from our stories. We don't write complete sentences, right? And we decide where we want to put those line breaks. Okay, I have a whole book of poems here, and I noticed that all poems are written this way, right? Like the crocodile has a toothy smile. That's not one long sentence. They broke the poem up here and continued it here because they wanted you to read it like this. The crocodile has a toothy smile. When we read poems with spaces and line breaks, it sounds different. Today, I want to teach you that when you look at a poem, you want to know that each line was put there by the poet for a special reason, okay? Here, let's look at another one. If you smile at a crocodile, the crocodile, see how I pause, right? Okay, I'm going to try it again because I just want you to know that I'm pausing at the end of each line break. The crocodile has a toothy smile. His teeth are sharp and long. And in the swamp, when he takes a chomp, his bite is quick and strong. So if you smile at a crocodile, there's just one thing to say. If he smiles too, be sure that you are very far away, right? We're going to start writing our own poems soon, and this is going to be one of your jobs. You're going to have to decide where you want to break up the lines, okay? And it's not always at the end of a sentence. right? There's no period here. They broke it anyway and continued on. And that takes some practice. So your job today is this. I'm putting a really short, quick poem into the Google Classroom. What I would like you to do is read it out loud to an adult. Notice the line breaks and try reading it the way the author intended. That's your only job for today, but you will be writing your own poem soon and becoming a real live